In the span of just a few seconds, several shots fired, a bullet going through the back of this car, coming all the way out the front, and several other shots hitting the house. Just in the last half hour or so, we saw a caravan of maybe 9 or 10 what looked like federal investigators, unmarked cars, all going down this street. From the outside, this is a pristine house. You would never know that this is where that mass shooting suspect lived. You can still see the crime scene tape up, and you can see the bits of the garage destroyed. Well, Steve and Tricia, this is definitely the hottest ticket in town right now with the Golden Knights 7-1. This arena is packed right now. It all starts as you're just driving along when someone rear ends you. At this point, as they're walking towards your car, you probably expect they're coming to apologize or exchange insurance information, but instead, they pull a gun and rob you. This snowbank here, it's taller than I am, and if you look over here right across the street, some homes are completely shut in from people that have decided to evacuate. Right now, we're the only VIPs. It is kind of weird being up here without 20,000 of my closest friends. It's amazing what a single note can do.
To be able to give that power of music and healing.
Something Las Vegas knows all too well.
Every single person in this orchestra has had someone affected by what happened.
Even as Deanne Letourneau warms up, thinking of those like her friend Rosemarie fighting for their lives.
She's gone through 4, possibly 5 surgeries at this point and still in critical condition on life support.
Strumming away with a heavy heart.
It's very special.
Special because of who's in the audience.
First responders, families of the victims, anyone who is really directly or even indirectly affected by the tragedy on October 1st.
Hundreds of first responders getting a night out under much better circumstances.
It was important for us to work through those emotions during the rehearsal so that we can be there for the audience.
The songs especially picked to embody the idea of Vegas strong. A reminder that even in our darkest hour, our city's song marches on.
And any act in the world that's happened like that will never stop us. As a society and as a city, it can't stop us. We're bigger than that.
Tom George, 13 Action News. Close to sealing the deal, but once the buyers found out about the squatters, it was a no-go. You can still see some of the trash here outside they left behind, and it's even worse on the inside. They say every time they've tried to change the locks, the squatters have come right back in. With 2 floors and a backyard, you'd think the house for sale on Christie Lane would draw more people in, but instead, the owners say squatters blocked their sale. We went to check it out and found this pile of junk in the yard. Do you stay here?
No, I am just looking for my wallet.
And a not-so-friendly welcome.
I will knock you out. Don't get anywhere near me. And you better leave me the alone. Censor that.
For the owners, it's not the first time. They rushed over when we told them we saw people on the property.
I mean, it's just one of those things where, you know, it's a vacant, they find out it's vacant, and they find their way in.
Police were called.
Metro Police, anybody come out?
They didn't find anyone today, but just this weekend, Metro kicked out 6 people from the house, including James Harvey, arrested for possession of narcotics. The owners changed the locks, but it didn't help. Now, even though they changed all the locks again yesterday, that didn't stop the squatters from finding a way in. They came to the side of the house, found the lock on this fence, broke through it. Then they picked their way through the sliding glass door and made themselves at home again. Inside, a mess.
A mattress in here, just chilling.
The bathroom, too gross to show on air.
With feces and all kinds of different stuff in there.
And that's just the downstairs. Go upstairs.
Food everywhere.
Pizza and food on the floor. Neighbors say they've seen people in and out for weeks.
Before, this neighborhood is good, but now, no.
Have to get them out because who knows what they're going to do next.
Meanwhile, it's back to the drawing board for buyers. The sign will stay up.
Keeping our fingers crossed to try and keep the problem from happening again.
For 3 generations of Mendiolas, serving up food at Roberto's Taco Shop has been a labor of love.
It makes everybody feel like they're family. You know, when you go to eat, like, you're not just going to eat, you're going to eat somewhere you're comfortable, where you're happy, you know?
For Marcos, a regular Tuesday night in the kitchen ended with this, the whole kitchen covered in blood. So much blood, in fact, we have to blur the disturbing images. All after 2 men and a woman came in asking for nachos.
And he wanted chicken on top of the carne asada, and we can't do both meats, we can only place one.
That change in the order was enough to set the man off, first berating the father of 6.
Saying, like, how he makes more money than him and how he makes more money than Roberto's.
And then getting physical.
The guy just ran around and just attacked him.
out of the blue, Mendiola was stabbed multiple times.
14 times, 2 to the head.
The customers ran off and Mendiola was taken to the hospital. It's still hard for him to talk. He says he can't understand why he was attacked, even though he said changing the order wouldn't be a problem.
What if we would have lost a life? What if I would have lost my father?
His family just wants the suspects caught, and for people to remember something the next time they order food.
We do our best to treat them how we would want to be treated, but it's hard when people are so negative and so cruel.
Remember that that person behind the counter is someone's family.
He could do anything. He's my superhero.
Tom George, 13 Action News.